Baby, listen, I was not expecting to come back and record episode 2 already. I thought, oh, okay, tomorrow. I can do it tomorrow. Baby, no. I said, let me come on back right now. I watched it. Let's go. What's up? How you doing? Ray of Sunshines. I am your girl, Talisa Ray, self-love advocate and wife coach. If it's your first time visiting my channel, welcome. I'm glad that you're here. Okay, stay a while we review. I ruined all kind of names and stuff last episode, but let's get it right. While we review King's Court season 1, episode number 2, and it's called Full Press Court. See, well, I got the name right. Full Court Press. Boom, clock it. I know what it is. Also, I want to say, her name ain't Dr. Shawanda. I done gave that girl a D in her name. I'm sorry if you watch this, boo. You have highly become one of my favorite ladies here. It is Dr. Shawanda. That is her name. Oh, let me take these off because I need those for distance. I was watching the TV and I needed them because I'm nearsighted, but for my notes, which happen to be in my phone and not in a notebook. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. First things first, baby. When the ladies walk up to the elimination dinner, that's no longer the elimination dinner, and Lexi's still there. The rest of the ladies, the original 7, whoever was left, they are moving into the King's Castle. I wrote down, here comes the mess. It's about to get messy. And I want to say it did exactly that. Okay? Messy. For starters, Raquel is with Tyson. And, you know, I don't know what he says, but she says, I've never been a problem. Every man that has ever left me always wants to come back. Which could be a good thing, but also can be negative. It's good because you are a good person. You have great attributes about you. But negative, because maybe you're foolish and you take them back. Let's hope they want to come back. How about that? They want to come back. Anyway, that's just my thought process. Like, is it you or is it them? Are you just comfortable or no? Convenient? What? Anyway, let's keep going. The whole episode, I'm just going to say this maybe this one time. You could see Lexi watching Janae and Carlos. Because Carlos, we saw he was into Janae. That has not changed. And she is absolutely envious. Lexi is absolutely envious of the connection that is being built between Carlos and Janae. Listen. Here's the thing, and I say it on anything that I review, especially when it comes to like dating and whatnot. You need to concern yourself about you and how you show up, making sure that you're your authentic self, that you are being you. You aren't in competition with all these other people, although they are there. You understand what I'm saying? I'm my own competition, so you can date 2 or 3 people. Ain't none of us alike. Ain't none of us the same, and I'm me, and I know how phenomenal I am and what I have to offer. Like I just told y'all, and I always say, I stepped right out the sun, okay? You could say S-U-N or S-O-N, whatever makes you feel better. That is who I am. So with that being said, when it gets a little tatty, tit for tat, toxic, competitive, somebody trying to knock somebody else down because you like the guy that they like, you're too big for that. Know that you are beautiful and you can stand on your own. And I'm just going to say it. Lexi said those things. Like, she said that she's the prize too, you know, at the end. But insecurities were showing loud and she didn't need them to be. Now, Dr. Shawanda, this is one of the reasons that she has become one of my favorite people. And Thaddeus with that pot acting like he was Tanisha from Bad Girls Club. Womp womp, you know, with the pot and the thing. I thought, are you fucking kidding me? If you don't knock it off because it's 10 o'clock, The ladies can sleep in if they want to. They normally are busy and working all the time. Let them ladies sleep in and do relaxing things. They get up and go to the gym, good for them. Nevertheless, when they come down, he talks about how she gave a church hug to him. She hugged him again, like she really is. What can I do to make it feel better? What can I do to make you see things differently? Because you've called me aggressive. And I'm not. Like, those are the words that she said. Now, I know on the other episode I was talking about assertive. Well, he was calling her assertive, but I evidently missed that he said aggressive. And as we know, as black women, it is not a good look. Somehow we are always the angry black women, the aggressive black women. And for her, she was like, if that's how he sees me, then let me pull back. Let me not be so bold and forward. Let me not do that. Let me pull up, because that's not who I am. Just because I know what I want. Just because I know what I want, I'm not the aggressive girl. And I'm really proud of her. And I was like, you know what? And she was like, I feel like I'm responsible to say this because it's us. You know, she said person of color, but you know what I'm saying? And she said, as a black woman, I don't know, that was a little later. Nevertheless, she was like, I won't be dimming my light for anyone, but I need it to be known that I'm not aggressive and I'm offended. Well, then we go over to the arena, honey, and the Pete's tell the Kings that the next 7 ladies are coming in, and when they come in, that they have to run a course. And then the men will choose one of them to go on a date with. So we meet Ariel. She's 39. We find out a lot about her a little later. She's a physical therapist, has a son that has autism, that's 5 years old. But then here's the thing. She said she has been engaged 3 different times. 3? Girl, 3 different times? That's a lot. That's a lot. What's wrong? Is it you? You're the common denominator? What's happening? I need to know. Okay? Hopefully we'll find out. We also meet Felicia. She is 36. Kat is 44. So we finally get someone, you know, that's in their 40s again. Sarah is 37. Steph is 36. And then we get Brianna. And Brianna is 41. And she's the thickest one there. She's the closest we're going to get to what is considered plus size, but she is not plus size. She might be a size 10, maybe, tops. Oh, I forgot about, what's her name? I wrote down Idlewise. That's not her name. Her name is Edelweiss. I'm probably butchering that, and I do apologize. It's important to get people's names right. But let's call her Edo, because I do know her name was Edo and that she was from Spain. She was the first one to do the course, but somehow I overlooked how old she was. So Carlos said, Edo, I want to take you. Tyson said, hey, Steph girl, because she was athletic, was able to dribble through the players, or through the Kings. There we go. And, you know, attempt to make a shot. Then, Thaddeus asked Ariel, because she is athletic, he liked the way she looked. Okay? Then the next thing you know, all the original 7, the first 7, they shouldn't be calling them the original, even though they are the first ones there. They should just be saying the first 7 are here, because that automatically pits them against one another, at least in my brain. They have a mixer, and the Pete's say, you need to ask 2 additional queens to go out. So they up there drinking and eating, okay? Talking and chit-chatting. And Brooke-Elle, I thought it was Liliana, but found out later that it was Brooke-Elle that said, what new queens? Like, I don't see nobody, ain't nobody in my competition, it's just me. And I ended up not being a good look for her. They also were told that they will be moving into the castle. All 7 of those ladies would be moving into the castle later on that day. Now, evidently, Thaddeus can pick them, because Dr. Shawana is Dr. Shawana. And Ariel, who's 39, we later find out that she's actually a physical therapist and a doctor. And I know I'm mixing all of the stuff up together, but it's information that you need. So he does like intelligent, beautiful women, which is a plus, okay? And he actually, you know, I thought originally that he was a good person in the last one, but now even more so, he kind of climbed up, and I'll tell you why. But Dr. Shawana and Ariel are going back and forth, baby, over like, oh, he was waiting on me as Ariel. And she, you know, Dr. Shawana is like, oh, you think so? You know, but I like, here's where Dr. Shawana, like, the first time, whoop, the second time, whoop, whoop, up here, okay? Because she was like, you know what? It's nice to meet you, and you're beautiful. I love that she decided, you know what, let me change the trajectory of this conversation, because I'm not her. I'm not her. I'm the woman that is confident. You know what I'm saying? That I'm also gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go back and forth with nobody, because I'm secure in who I am. I really love that. I really love that she did that. And then there was Tyson, and Tyson Beckford. Is he really ready for a relationship? Because baby, he's over there getting fed grapes by Steph, who just got there, and then turning around, cause he like his choice is women of color, not necessarily black women. He immediately began to feed Sarah and Edel. That's what we're gonna call her, because I can't remember her name. I think it's Edelweiss maybe, but immediately switches over. And then, because he'd already said Steph, he goes and he talks, no, I'm lying. Eventually, he ends up asking Sarah to go on the date too. So those are his two people so far, and it's new women. Then we see Carlos. Of course, he goes and makes some time for Janae, because he likes Janae. Like, it is what it is. Ain't nothing you can do about that. Anybody who watching, I hope you're not sad. I hope they didn't get upset about it, because Janae is who he is attracted to. And she carries herself as a woman with intention, and that's mature and not afraid of being herself and saying what she desires, right? So it's a plus. I'm all over the place, but stay with me. We then meet Kat, who is 44, and she's divorced. During the panoramic, or right after, I don't know, maybe it was during, I wrote down during the panoramic, her husband said that he wanted to be in an open relationship. And she felt like she was not good enough. So I'm sure she's the one that requested the divorce, because he wanted to be in an open relationship. Now, I know some of y'all ain't gonna agree with being ethically non-monogamous, but I'm gonna tell you, I commend him for saying that he wanted to be in an open relationship, meaning she could see other people too, okay? Get into it, that she could see other people too, that they would still be one another's anchor, and it wouldn't be he's cheating. It would be, I'm telling you, this is transparency. I want more. Now, y'all might not agree with that, and that's okay. But until you know, like, the full ramifications, not even ramifications, because that's negative, the full spectrum, and understand what ethical non-monogamy is, you got to take the lid off of the box in order to really understand an open relationship, or polyamory, or I don't know, swinging, or, you know, it's a myriad of things under ethical non-monogamy. But don't go judging people till you do some research or understand. But you do get the option to say, I'm not into that. I don't want to do that. And that's exactly what Kat did. And now she says she's ready after she's healed. She thinks that she's ready to start exploring new relationships. Look, I wrote down, again, Lexi is a little jealous of the connection between Janae and Carlos. How many times I'm going to write that? Every time she did it. And I want to say Liliana tells her to go and talk to, you know, maybe see if you have a connection with Thaddeus or Tyson. And she goes to talk to Thaddeus, honey, and when she talks to Thaddeus, all she could do is talk about Carlos. That's it. So that ain't gonna work. She was digging Carlos. And so she ends up talking to Carlos when Dr. Shawana comes over and sits with Thaddeus, because he's like, what? So when they go and they talk, she says to him that your focus is only on Janae, but she fails to put the focus on her and really talk about what she sees that could be effective for him, or what the relationship would look like, or even who she is as a person. She just says she's closed off. So then how you expect him to know who you are and really want to date you? I don't know, I'm just asking. He does, Thaddeus does ask Dr. Shawana to go on the date again. And then Liliana decides she gonna shoot her shot with Thaddeus as well, because guess what? Tyson is doing a lot. And Thaddeus asked Liliana out on a date. Brickell is just like Lexi, really struggling watching Tyson talk to these other women. Well, you signed up for this, okay? You should have told your agent, how many people? Oh, I don't think I could do that. Like, she was fine as long as it was 7 and it was only her and Liliana, because she was like, oh, I got Liliana beat because I've known him. You didn't really know him. He just said, hi, beautiful. Or you're beautiful. You didn't know him, girl. Nevertheless, when they got back to the castle, Dr. Shawana and Thaddeus, she asked him to have a conversation. And I was really proud of her. And that she brought it up. That she said that she was hurt by him calling her aggressive. And then he went up on my list when he apologized and said that that's not what he wanted for her, or how he, what he thought about her. And he's also growing in this process. But then he fucked up and he was like, well, we got 7 more girls coming in. What was that for? After your apology? After you were vulnerable, you were supposed to hug her like you did and leave it at that. You did not have to be like, we got 7 more girls coming in. But whatever, homeboy, it's cool, whatever. So when the 7 girls come in, we see where the ladies are sleeping. They all in rooms together? This where they at? This what they doing? In like little twin beds that don't even look like the size of a twin bed? What? When Ariel comes in, the ladies are like, oh, look at her outfit. It's only 10 o'clock. How did y'all feel about her outfit? Which was really just a bathing suit, a thong bathing suit, one piece at that, and some mesh pants to go over, like swimsuit cover up. Like, I thought she looked cute. And I figured it was because they had the pool. I didn't think about the date that they had. Somebody told them what date it was. They were going on the water. So her outfit was muy perfecto, if you ask me. I didn't see anything wrong with it. But that's what happens when you are, very sophisticated, a little uppity, maybe bourgeois. You got something to say about everything and everybody. Anyway. So then we see Lexi, and she's sitting there gossiping about Carlos to Dr. Shawana, saying that she knows she looked him up on the internet, and the reason he's gotten a divorce was because he was cheating, because of infidelity. Now, I told y'all in my last video, like, I would have been the person asking the questions, like, let me know. And I think that Lexi was very messy in the way that she went about it, because of course it was meant for Janae to hear. I don't give a damn what she said later. It was meant for her to hear, and she should have used that as the opportunity to have a conversation with him in the arena. Because I want to say she knew in the arena. I feel like maybe, but maybe not. I don't know. But she should have took the time to have the conversation with him about it, because very much so messy, very much so confusion. And Dr. Shawana was like, we all got to pass. Baby, we all got to pass. We all done something. One way or another. Yours might be glutton and theirs might be fornication, but we all done something, okay? Like, what? Especially if that's the thought process of you. If you are looking at it as a believer from that standpoint, we've all done something, okay? Like, we've all grown from a lot, okay? Like, believe me when I tell you. Anyway, we see Thaddeus on his date with Shawana, Dr. Shawana, Ariel, and Liliana. They go water skiing, and Thaddeus is attracted to Ariel, goes over to talk to her, and this is where we find out that she has a child that has autism. When she had that hair up, honey, I love a good crochet braids, because that's what she had, crochet braids. When she had that hair up, honey, it was hot, they was sweating, and them her little edges, honey, her little edges went to their natural state, but the hair was cute. You know, you ain't got to worry about it, that's for sure. Y'all know I be wearing them crochet braids, but y'all seen her hair. She didn't care. I love that for her. And he was into her and listening to what she was saying. I mean, she was more all over him, but he was like, I love a fit woman. And did you see that outfit she had on? Because y'all was going to the lake. We saw Bree, Edelweiss, and Janae with Carlos playing pickleball, and Carlos was on the side with his girl Janae playing against Bree and Edo. Okay, it is what it is. I think that's all we saw, is that they were playing pickleball, and that was it. We saw Felicia, Steph, and Sarah playing darts with Tyson, and whichever person got closest to the bullseye was able to sit and have a conversation with him alone. And Sarah was like, it's me, I want to do it now. And one thing that I wrote down outside of her saying she wanted to freeze her eggs, you know, because X, Y, and Z in the past, and blase, and that she would want to have kids. And he was like, why hasn't nobody scooped you up? But I think the one thing that caught my mind most was the fact that he keeps bringing up his ex and how his heart was broken, and you see how his eyes swell up. And so I'm all like, is he over her completely? I didn't went on there to see like which woman it was, honey. It was three different women on there that they talked about, but he said he hadn't been in a relationship or really been out like that, I think, in 9 years. So I figured it was the woman that he was with from 2008 to 2015. But I didn't do any more research. But I will say that you'll know what he likes, what his preference is, if you go and look up those ladies. So the fellas meet with the Pete's, and they talk about their dates and which ones they liked and what was good. And of course, what did Thaddeus say? It's Ariel, about her kids. She's a doctor. He also had, his nonprofit is for kids that are neurodivergent, and that he would love, if they connected, that he would love to be supportive of her. And I thought that was good. Honey, Holly did too. She was crying. I had a little something in my eye, because you know their son, I think it's their son, is autistic. One of their children is autistic, and so that was a big deal for her. They talked about, oh, Tyson was like, he didn't take no OGs. He took all the new people, because why would I, if a new meal is being made, why would I eat leftovers? Is he really ready for a relationship, or is he just here having a good time? Furthermore, do y'all remember that rumor about him being sexually fluid? Do y'all remember that rumor that he was? Do y'all remember it? And when I watched him a little bit on the Andy Cohen talking, I was like, But I don't know, and if he is, that's his business. But I'm nosy, because here we are, okay? People can do whatever they want to do. They can love whoever they want to love. If he don't want to love a black woman, so be it. Love who you want, but be prepared for the mess that comes with it. I don't know why these men ain't seeing that. Never mind. They talk about, hey, invite whoever needs to be invited for the elimination, okay? The people who are there are, before elimination night, Janae talks with Carlos, and I was proud of her for asking him and bringing it up to him about the infidelity. And I was proud of him being honest and transparent, saying that it was on the internet. You can find whatever you want. I've done in the healing process, I found myself, and I had, as a man, I needed to figure out what it is I needed to do. I was really proud of that. But I wrote down, both Janae and Lexi threw each other under the bus low-key, because she didn't have to say who told her, But because Lexi did say it in front of her, she was like, oh, you know what? Fuck this hoe. She trying to make me not like who I like. They both was a little shady when it came to that. She didn't have to share that she heard Lexi telling everybody. But child, that ain't none of my business. And she asked him for a kiss. Was that their first kiss? It looked like a good kiss too. Like it looked like he bit her lip as he was coming apart. And I only know what that looks like because I'm a lip biter. Nevertheless, we get to elimination, and at the elimination mixer is Kat, Liliana, Lexi, and Raquel. Kat shares that, you know, I think all of y'all is cool, but I'm romantically interested in you, Tyson. Remember now, she's the only one that's in her 40s. Oh, no. Brianna's 41. So, Brianna, I like Brianna. Her hair was bomb. That little ginger life. Okay, let me keep going. And she told him that she was interested in him and asked him, well, what is it that you need? And he was like, to be nurtured. I was like, oh, okay. He wants to be catered to. Well, we see Carlos go and talk to Lexi. And Lexi brings up the connection again that he has with Janae. And saying that it's unfair that you focus on her. It's not giving me an opportunity. Yet again, she has an opportunity to say, like, this is what has been going on. I read this, you know, I opened my mouth, I said X, Y, and Z, but she doesn't know that he knows. Because why? Janae said something to him, and she should have thought about saying something herself, but that's neither here nor there. He asked her if she was finished. She said yes, and he said, you deserve to get exactly what you're looking for, the love that you desire, etc., etc. Very, very kind in saying it, but it won't be me. Even he went up with that for me. Like, he wasn't mean, but very matter of fact. And he had already knew that Lexi was out, because Lexi was messing with the possibility of him being with Janae. Okay? Like, hello. He was not playing. Got up and went on about his business. And Lexi had the nerve to be acting like she was bothered by it and saying all kind of stuff. Like, I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to. Tyson said something to her and told her, like, babe, this sounds like you were the problem. Like, that it's you. Then at the same time, you've got Raquel asking Tyson, like, why am I here? What is the point of this? And he was like, oh, it's a mixer. She was like, I got that, but why am I here? And he said, I don't like jealous women. That was enough for her. Raquel said, listen, I don't be chasing after men. Only spirit I chase after, only thing I chase after is my dog. I'm not about to be chasing after no man. He got me here so that he could, even if he wasn't going to eliminate her, but he wanted to share with her, like, this is something that I don't like. She was like, I'm not going to do that. Have you seen me? You do look handsome, and he is handsome. And for 54, he looks really good and young. Skin looks great. You know, take great care of himself. But like she said, I'm fine too. She didn't say that, but that's really the thought process. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna run after you. And I feel like Lexi, she decided to leave because she was embarrassed by her behavior. She was like, all these men are old and bald anyway. They're in their 30s. They're in their early 30s. These men are in their 40s and 50s. Mid 40s to mid 50s. Is she lying? No. It was a casting call. Anyway, that's it, y'all. Y'all let me know down below in the comments what you thought about this episode. How did you feel about Lexi and her behavior? About how Dr. Shawana handled herself? Y'all let me know down below in the comments. So thank you so much for watching my review and recap of King's Court Season 1, Episode number 2. If it's your first time visiting my channel, click the subscribe button, become a ray of sunshine, click the notification bell so that you're alerted of when I upload new videos. Share it with your friends so that we all become friends and we can have this little chit chat talk together. Last but not least, know that I love you in real life and want every good thing that God has in store for you, even if you don't know what that is for yourself, but it's high time you figure it out. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I will see you on the next review.